Hello everyone, welcome to Neha's channel for learning the C language. Today, in this video, we are going to cover the string concept of a C language. Many students are having the doubt about how the string is created and how we can assign the value and how we can initialize the string concept. So in this video, we are going to cover this practical concept about the string so that this problem can be sorted out. In this video, I am going to show you the initialization of string in many different ways. There are so many different methods by which you can initialize your string, as well as practical of that string initialization, as well as reading the string from the user from the console. You can also assign the value to the string variable using the console. And there are three methods: scanf, getchar, getchar. So that all methods you are going to learn step by step with the practical solution. So that after learning this tutorial, it will be easy for you to implement the C language string functions and string initialization and implementation of string in a practicals. So let us begin with the tutorial. In this video, we are going to learn implementing the string in a program. There are mainly three ways you can do the initialization that already we have learned in our last video. Here I am declaring one string variable. I am giving the name that is str. Here I have just declared the string, but at the same time I want to do the initialization. I want to assign some value which is known as a initialization. So I want to assign the value a, b, c, and let us declare the d. And let us write /0 at the end so that compiler can understand it's a last character, it's a null character. Now I want to print this value a, b, c, d, which is already I have stored. So what we can use? We can use that is a printf. As we know, percentage %d is for the integer, percentage %c is for character. The same way percentage %s is for string. So I'm using percentage %s, just saving this program and run it. See, you are getting this output a, b, c, d. This one is the first method you can initialize your string. The method 2. In the method 1, we have used the curly braces, and in the single quote we have written the characters. Now in this second example, we are going to learn to assign the value index wise. To understand this, let us first give the example of integer array. So here I have declared the int array a. Now I want to assign the value of a array in 0 element. So what we write? A of 0 equals to 10. So this means that 10 is going to assign to index value 0. The same way, instead of taking int, here we use the data type that is char, and I'm writing the name str. So size I have given the 10. That means I can store 0 to 9 character and the last one is a null character. Here what I will use? Str of 0, and in the single quote whatever value I want to write, I can write it. Str of 1 equals to single quotes b, str of 2 single quotes value is c, and str of 3, the last one is null character. And I am removing that one. Now let us use the printf to check that whether the values has been stored or not, and str. I am going to run this program. We just check the output. Okay, so you are getting the output a, b, c that we have already stored. Well, we have seen that we have assigned a single character and it becomes a string. But now in the third method, we are going to use directly the string. So I have declared one string that is char str of 10. Now I am going to use directly a string and I am appending null character at the end. So directly ABC will be stored in this. So you If you have a fixed value, you have fixed value that you want to assign this value in a string. So directly by using the double quotes, you can assign the string at the time of declaration. Let us see the output. Here you are getting ABC. That means ABC has been stored. Let me change some value from ABC to PQR. Let us run this program, save and run this program. You can say PQR. So PQR is a string which is stored into the str string variable. In the above example, we have seen that we have stored some value in a string. We have stored some value in a string, but that are the fixed value. But now my question is, just like the another variable and another arrays, just up till now we have declared, we have taken the value from the user and we have stored it into the data. Here we want to store it into the string. So how can we read the value from the user? So in this topic, we are going to learn the reading the string from the user and storing the string into the string variable. So to do this, there are three methods supported by the C language. The first method is scanf. Just like the another variable, we are using the scanf. The same way, we can take the value of the string using the scanf. Second one is getS function, and the third one is getchar function. Let us learn the scanf in detail. Scanf is an input function which is used to take the input from the console. Just like any other variable, you are storing the data in a variable. You take the input from the user and take the input from the user and store it in a variable. Just like the same, in a string, to take the input from the user, you can use this scanf function. The syntax to learn this, the same syntax scanf function, and in double quotes just write %s and comma and write your variable name. Scanf is a function name, %s is a string used for the string value, str is a string name. Scanf function reads the data until it gets the space. Scanf function is used to read the data until it gets the space. Suppose in the example, you have write hello everyone, but what will be stored in a str? Only hello, because after space it will ignore everything. So scanf is used to take the value before only the space. So whenever it reaches to the space, it will stop taking the input. Let us learn this by the example. Here one variable is declared, that is a char v, and its size is 20. Printf enter any string, so it's a message given to the user, so user can understand that they have to enter one string. Scanf %s comma v according to this syntax. After taking the input, we are just displaying the output on a screen. So what happens when this program is going to run? It will ask the user to enter the value. Suppose user have entered a good morning. Good space morning. But what will be the output? The output will only be your value is good. Why? Because we can store only good. After good there is a space. So morning will be ignored. It will only store the value until it get the space. Now let us learn the program of scanf. In this program, what we will do, we will first take the input of a string and then we are going to print the same string as an output. So first I have declared one string variable char str of 10. So maximum I can store the 9 characters. Let us use the scanf. The syntax we know percentage %s, comma, str, and let us print the value. So for printing the value, same I use printf percentage %s and I write the str. Let us run the program. Here it's asking us, but we don't understand that what we need to enter. So before this scanf, what we will use? Printf. We give some message to the user so that it can be understandable that what we need to write. So here I write the proper message that enter any string value and semicolon. So here it's giving us the output that enter any string value. So we can understand that we need to write the value. Here I am writing hello everyone. But see what the output you are getting? That is only hello. Because after the space, everything we have written that is ignored.
Learn the second
Because
function, that is a getS function. Scanf function, scanf function stop reading when it gets the space. But what is getS function? It reads a line from the console. It will not stop when it gets the space, but it will read a line from the console. So whenever it reads a new line, that is /n, it will stop taking the output. So what is the syntax to learn this? GetS. So we just only write the getS function and our string name. So whatever values it has been read, it will store into your string variable. Here it's a simple example. You can see one string is declared, that is a v. One printf message is given, that is enter any string. And we are receiving the string into the variable v. And we are just printing the value whatever it's stored. So what happens? It will ask the user to enter the value. So suppose user have entered the good morning. And so what you will get the output? That your value is good morning. So it will read the value until it gets the new line. Let us learn it by the practical. Now let us learn getS function with practical. So in this practical, we have declared one string variable, that is char str. We are just giving the message that enter any string. Now we will take a string using the getS function. So the syntax is we need to write the getS and just write your string variable. So whatever we enter, it will be stored into the getS. Let us print this value, that is your entered string is, and let us use percentage %s because whatever we have written, it is stored into the str, that is the string variable. So it asking us for the string, that is this is demo, and I write the enter. So when I write the enter, it gets the new line. So whenever a getS function reads a new line character, it will stop take the input. So we get this input, this is the demo. Let us learn the getchar function, the last character string from the console. What is getchar? Getchar function is used to read a single character from the console. It reads a single character. It also reads the space as a single character, new line as a special character. So it is used to take the single character from the console. The question is why it is used in a string? Because as we know, a string is a collection of characters. So we can make a string by combining all the characters together. So that is why it is used to read the string. But how it is possible? So here you can see the example, one loop concept is given. that is do and while. C not equals to slash n. That means it reads the character using this getchar function until it gets the next line. So it every time it is used to read the single character. Whenever a compiler finds the new line, that is a slash n, it will stop reading the characters. So this way you can use to read the string. Now what is the syntax of getchar? So getchar is a function name and it returns a single character. So we use a single char variable. C is an char variable which stores the single value, single character. After reading, we transfer it to the string and thus it becomes a string. So thus a single character combines together and makes a string. Let us learn it by the example with the practical. Now let us learn getchar function. As we know, getchar function is used to take a single character. Let us learn it by the practical. Let me declare one char variable, that is C. And I am going to use getchar function. So the return type of getchar is char. So I use C to store the whatever character we write. Now let us print it using the printf. Your character is, and let us use the percentage %C and C. Let us run the program. Here it asking you for the character. If I write A, B, C and give the enter, but it gives you the output, your character is only A because it reads a single character from the console. But how can we read the string using this getchar function? So for that, we can use the loop concept. So we can use a loop. We take a single character in a loop. Suppose here I'm declaring the do while loop. I am going to read a single character until I get the slash n. That means the new line character. So this loop will be read a characters one by one and it will stop when it gets the next line. So this statement C equals to getchar I write over here in the loop. So this loop will get a one character and store it in a C and it will read until it gets the next line. But in this program, we want to store a one character into the str variable so that it makes a string. As we know, string is what? A collection of characters. So when we read one character in a C, we store it into the str. So what I use? Str of I equals to C. Now what is I? I is used for indexing. So I declare one I variable and I initialize with the 0. And I increment the I by 1. So I plus plus. So one time a one character is stored in str of 0, then I plus plus. So str of 1, again I plus plus, str of 2, again I plus plus 3 and so on. So it will make a string by reading a single character. And here instead of your character I write your string is, and instead of percentage %C I use percentage %S because here I'm going to print the value of str, that is the string. Let us run this and let us check the output. Here I'm writing this is the demo and I write the enter. So whenever it reads the new line, it will stop and it gives you the output that your string is percentage %S. So in percentage %S, what is stored? That is this is demo. So this way you can use the concept of getchar.